My channel Firewall again. Today we are going to see CLI tools. Scenario is learn commands to perform basic operation via the command line on the security gateways. This lab will cover basic administrative tools including those in the command line interface CLI. Topics which we will cover: number 1, setting expert password, applying other useful commands, adding and deleting administrators via the CLI, performing backup and restore operations. So let's start. You can see on my screen I have a small topology, but here only we are going to look for a gateway. Topology is I have one MDS server. Under the MDS server I have a few domains and two gateways. For this lab, either of the gateway will help to perform the cell operations. So let's begin. Working in expert mode, Gaia has two modes in order to run some CLI commands. You must be in expert mode to run some advanced commands. So let's log in to the system. I'm just restarting the same session. This is a gateway command line. I'm just accessing. Let me log in as an admin. Give the password. Now as you can see on screen, it's asking me the lock is already owned by some admin. Use the command log database override to acquire the log. So if you are new to this is a simple thing which Checkpoint introduces with the latest versions, that if some other admin is already logging to the CLI and he's working on the CLI, then that log is acquired with that admin. So if you want to get that log override from that admin, you have to run this command. If you see, this is a simple command. Let me copy paste here. Okay. Now to set the expert mode password, you need to run the command set expert dash password, and then you have to enter. So right now guys, I have some expert password already entered. That's why it's already asking me enter the current expert password. But if you are new, I mean the new configuration, and you don't have expert mode password configured already, it will ask you that enter the password for expert mode. So let me put here the password for the old one for the expert mode. Okay, see, now it's asking enter the new expert password. So I am putting the new expert password now. It's asking me reconfirm. Okay, let me reconfirm. Okay, password do not match. It's my fault guys. Let me enter new password again, and the confirmation for the password. Right, now the password is got resetted, but keep remember, if you don't save this setting, whatever the changes you have made will be vanish whenever the gateway will reboot or something happen to the gateway, right? So you have to save this config. For that the command is save and then config. All right, now the config is saved, and now you want to go to the expert mode. You just have to type expert and then give the command sorry, your password. Okay, my mistake, guys. Let me put the right password. Right. If you see, you are at the expert mode, and it indicates that this is the expert mode for the gateway 2. Right. I'm just clearing up the command. Sorry, screen. So here, as you see, once you in the expert mode, you are in a separate shell. Notice the difference in the prompt when you are logged into the expert mode. As I shown you earlier, it was showing the basic mode, and now you are at the expert mode. Now type the exit and enter. Now see, you are exited from the expert mode and now you are at the standard mode. This is what you see as a standard mode. Now from the CLI, let's run the command, say tcp dump nni ath1 and enter. If you see, you are not able to run tcp dump command from the standard mode. So basically, why we have expert mode, so the commands like tcp dump and whatever the advanced commands available, we will have to run from the expert mode only. So let's log into the expert mode. And from here, let's run the same command, tcp dump nni ath1. You see on my screen, the command is run and you are seeing a lot of packets are processing. Let me put Control C here so that I got exited from the TCP dump output. Now let me press exit again. Now if you see, I came back to the standard mode. Now I am applying the command which is works in a standard mode as well as in expert mode. There are many commands commonly used in troubleshooting on the gateway commands. So let's try with fw. So I'll be typing command fw stat and putting enter. It gives me whatever the policy I have executed or whatever the policy is installed with the current gateway. If you see, this is the policy name and this got installed on this date. Okay, right. Now if I do the command fw unload local, it gives me error. Oh sorry, not an error, it gives me output stating that whatever the policy I have installed, which is got uninstalled. Now see, uninstalling the security policy from your gateway, and this is something I have received, which is I don't think so causing anything here. Let me run again fw stat. Right, so don't worry about this thing. This is a VMware environment, so you'll be getting such things. If you see here again fw stat, now there is a no policy is installed. Whatever the policy we have installed, that is got uninstalled. So if you write command fwstat, you will see the same thing here. Alright, now let's run few more commands. Keep in mind you can run same command in expert mode as well. So I'm just showing you that. Let me go to the expert mode. From here, if I do the same command, you will get the same result. So let's me go back to the standard mode. Let me run the command fw version. So if you run the fw version command, you will see whichever the latest whichever version software version is installed in your checkpoint gateway. So right now I have installed R80.10 Gaia OS with the build 439. So if you run this command, whichever the version you have installed with your gateway, it will show you that. Now from here, let's run another command, say show interface, right, and then press tab. It will give you option which interface you need to show the details of this interface. I'm just putting say ETS0. So it will give you whatever the interface configure with. So this is what the MAC address the interface has, whatever the MT is there. Then what is the IP address you have configured for this interface, it will show you that. And the other statistics like what are the transfer and receive packets and the bytes and everything, what are the errors you will get, everything is there, right. Let me clear this, and you can also run say show interfaces. So it will show you whatever the interface you have configured, the list of those interfaces, right. Now let's run the command called show route. So whatever the routes you have configured, the show route command gives you output of that. This is a simple lab demo, so I don't have much thing configured, but I am showing you the commands and their significance. So show route gives you whatever the routes you have configured, right. If you go to the expert mode, sorry, expert and the password, let me clear screen, and from here if you type the command net stat dash rn, you will get more detailed output, right. If you like to have output in this format, you can run this command to see your routes, or you can simply type route to get the result, but every time you will see the different output depending on your requirement. You can use these commands, right. Now let me show you another interesting command, which is fw get ifs. Basically fw get ifs commands gives you your interface currently configured with the IP addresses, not the old interfaces, and what IP address and the subnet mask they configure with. So if you want to quickly look the configured interface and what is the IP address and the subnet mask configure for that, you can use command fw get ifs, right. Now I would like you to see how we can use Glitch to support multiple administrator to the regular shell config. So we can create an administrator named Sam and give him a password, say VPN123 or whatever the password you can give it to that, and we can access the uh, our admin console using that, right? So let me exit and go to the standard prompt. Let me clear the screen, and here I'll use the command add user sam. Give the user ID to it. You can give anything. I'm giving set 200, and the directory where it will reside. By default it resides at the home directory, but let me give it like that, and sam folder. Let me enter. Warning, must be set password and role before user can log in, right? So here you can set the role and the password for the user. So first let me set the user sam password. So I am giving here, say, VPN123. This is the password which I need to give. But before that, the syntax is we need to give new password to this SAM user. Okay, so VPN123. So set user, okay, typo. Set user SAM, new password we need to give it to him. You have to type this new pass and the password VPN, say 123, enter. So you have given the uh, password, and now we have to set the RBA user roles for SAM. Let the type command add RBA user SAM and give the role admin role, right? You have to be specifically type this if you want to give the admin role, right? Let me enter. Okay, now let me type show users. If you see the SAM user with the user ID is configured with the admin role, right? Now if you want to delete this user, you have to just use the command delete user and the username, which is SAM. And if you say show user, you see the user is got deleted, right? Let me clear the screen, and now let's see how we can add the backup from the CLI, right? So the command is add backup local. Creating a backup package use the command show backup status to monitor the creation of backup. In order for the backup effective, you should copy the file outside the machine. That is fine. Now let's use the command show backup status, and as you can see, the backup is get generated and copied into this location. So today's date and the whatever the things it has. So this is what the backup creation date and everything, right? And if you want to copy this backup, what you have to do, you have to go to this directory, say from expert mode, you have to just say cd and copy the path, and from here if you type command ls space lh, you will see the backup file which we have just generated. You can use WinSCP or whatever the FTP client you have to get this file out of this gateway. Alright, let me clear, or it's okay, let me show you one more command. So let me exit from this export mode, and I wanted to show you how you can restore the backup. So the command is set backup restore local, and after that if you press tab, it will give you the whatever the backup you have. So if you have a multiple backup, it will give you choice, but right now we have only one backup, so we are seeing the one backup. And after that if you press enter, it will say restoring from the backup package, use the command show restore status to monitor the progress. After the restore operation is completed, the system will restart itself. So make sure before restoring the backup you have to have time taken for the gateway reboot, right? So if you see executing pre-script pre-restore scripts, so use the command show restore status, and after some time, once the backup is restored, this gateway will reboot. So guys, this is the end of the lab for CLI tools. I hope you like my video. So guys, if you like my video, subscribe my channel, press the bell icon, so whatever the latestly uploaded video will come to you as soon as I'll upload them. Thanks for watching this video and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.